Does she need a copy of the
Yes,
law?
please. Oh, anyone else need one?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, no.
All right, being that it is 6 o'clock, we're gonna call this public hearing to order. The fire exits are outside that door at each end of the hall. There's a defibrillator across the hall if one is needed. Will our clerk please call the roll?
Robot,
Here.
Wright,
Here.
Boco, here, Yeager.
Here.
Bonds.
Here. Requesting town board resolution to open the public hearing to consider introductory local law number 1-2026 to change zoning law subsection 520-36. Copies supplied as requested or by contacting the town clerk's office. So moved. Second.
All right. Robot,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Boco, Yeager.
Yeah.
Bonds.
Yes. All right, so we're open. This is it. I'll go first with the ones that I have, and I'll ask everybody, whoever wants, after I get through the formal ones, I'll ask anybody who wants to. David Martin, I have yours. Did you want to speak?
Before, Steve,
Yeah.
Oh, do you want me to say a little bit before?
yeah, before we get into it, I think, I just want to explain how this all came about. We've had a solar law on the books for a number of years. Over the last 2 or 3 years, we've been working on a farmland protection plan, for the town of Hamlin. Hamlin is a agricultural town. And we passed that just recently. Since that, now we're amending the solar law to try and protect farmland in the town. Basically, I'm gonna give a broad view of what's changed in the law. We redefined the old law, basically had solar as small and large scale. We defined that in tiers 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we've defined the tiers different. Basically, the small scale solar hasn't changed any, which is basically homeowner type of law. The biggest change here is for tier 3 and 4. We've moved that from residential, low density in the residential agricultural areas. We've basically restricted it to industrial zones. The other biggest change of the law is we've tightened up our decommissioning plan. Like everything else, as time goes on, you learn a little bit more, and we wanted to tighten the decommissioning up as far as 15, 20 years from now. If these solar fields get decommissioned, it'll protect the landowner in the town, and we have a little bit more say as to what happens there. That's the broad view of this. I think now you can go into public hearing.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we can change, so. But, all right, like I said then, David Martin, would you like to say anything?
Okay, 775 Lake Road here in Hamlin. Been a farmer all my life. I want to see agriculture stay here in the town. This is what built this town. This is what built our country, is agriculture, and it's the backbone of any nation. Without agriculture, you don't have anything, nothing else will follow. First of all, you gotta feed the people. If you don't feed the people, how are they gonna go out and build the houses, make the cars, manufacture the farm equipment, put buildings together, whatever? You gotta have agriculture. That's the basis of any nation, the basis of any strength of any nation. And before me, it was my dad, my uncles, my grandfather, my great-grandfather. They all farmed here in Monroe County, and I want to see it continue. And Kathy Hochul has talked about reclassifying the soils. Well, I've got the Monroe County soil map here, and that was developed back in the 50s, back by the Soil and Water Conservation District and Cornell University. And long before that, it was developed. This is the Bible of the soils. in our county, and what they can produce and what they can't produce, and what crops they're good for. It's all mapped. I don't see how Kathy Hochul thinks that she can go and change everything in a win. This is just, it's gonna take down, it's gonna take down Hamlin if you let this continue and spread out here like it did in over in Bergen, in Byron, and Batavia. They've had ring events there recently that I've never heard of before. And you got all that glass on these fields, their water it can't penetrate the ground like it should in a normal rainfall. That water had run off into the ditches and into the creeks, and it was a disaster over there. Putting all this glass up, there's a better way of doing it. You can do it with nuclear, and it takes up a much smaller footprint, and it's safe. And why we have to go with solar is beyond me. I think it's all political, and it's just a payback here for individuals and for the state. And I just don't want to see it. I want to have it have a law here in effect in our town so that we can keep agriculture and keep our town growing the way we all want it to grow. We want a rural town, and if we can't have that, what have we got?
Thank you, Dave. All right, my next one is Ed Brzezowski.
Keep it short, sweet. Ed Brzezowski, 126 Kern Road. Same thing, though not quite as long span as farming. I did my whole life, but basically just wanted to say that it's good to move it to like you guys want to do industrial zones. Yeah, anyone, like I said, it keeps coming up because I want to talk about Byron Virgin. You go out there, traffic, you can't talk to them without knowing that has had an accident because of that going on out there. We got a lot of different farms in this town, a lot of equipment moving, and it backs everything up, traffic and all that. And I know a number of people that have solar panels on their houses, and that's great, and it actually helps their electric bill. And as far as I know, any of these big solar fields, then ain't gonna help none of our electric bills at all. So I don't really see the point of them personally, but again, I think you guys are doing the right thing, moving it to industrial zones, try to protect the farmlands and keep it out of where, there's not a lot of tractors running up through town, but there's enough. But on all these backfield roads, you can't drive down without meeting a tractor. And then you're gonna put all this solar and everything else on it and use up this traffic anymore, but just asking for trouble, you're gonna have accidents and everything else. So, that's all I want to say.
Thank you. I have one more up here and then we'll ask for hands later on, but let's get through these. David Leverts from Leverts Farms.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Leverts, 1534 Redmond Road. I also do a little bit of farming. Yeah, our town's values are a reflection of farming. Our economics are a reflection of farming. Our beauty is a reflection of farming. And as has already been mentioned, you don't have to look very far over the town line to see what solar can do to the farmland. And those companies don't care about the farmland. They only care about the dollar. And you will never see that farmland that took centuries to build. That prime farmland will never be farmland again. That opportunity for future generations to farm that land is gone forever. And we cannot let that happen to our community as well. The future stewards of the land and stewards of the community, that opportunity will be gone forever.
Thank you. Before I ask anything on, we have a map on the wall. It's not a zone, but I'm going to show everybody kind of where the industrial, we're talking about industrial zones. I'm going to show you on this map where the industrial zones are here in Hamlin. It's actually Duffy Mott's property. If, for any of you who were back in those days, there's a little narrow strip right here that actually the town owns that we bought where the ponds and everything are. And there's another strip back here behind the warehouses that have fallen down and everything. That's the only thing right here in this whole area that's industrial. There's another little strip over here by the old Ojak, the by the train station over there on Walker Lake, Ontario. There's a little area right there. That's the only industrial in town, just to give you an idea. 2 little narrow strips right here and 1 little spot, just a few acres over there. Just so you know what is industrial in this town.
That's right at the fork there, we were talking.
Yes. Yeah, it's.
No,
right-
it's by the gas station, behind the gas station and across the
Yeah.
road where the highway
We're,
department is.
oops, I'm sorry, where Crosby's is,
Yeah.
in back of there is industrial. And right across the road from that where the town owns is industrial, a strip.
How many acres is that?
That's about 100 acres on the west side, give or take a few. And we have like 35 acres that the town owns on the west side. And there's only, I don't know, 4 or 5 acres over
So that
there.
4 or 5 acres.
Yeah, just right where that rail thing is.
There you go.
Oh, you have, thank you, Betty. All right, I'm gonna set it up on here so you all can see it. Okay, industrial, here's Hamlet. That yellow right there is industrial. It says industrial right here. So just that. And then see like this little thing right there, that. Oh, no, it's not.
It's the orange.
It's actually the orange. I'm sorry, it's the orange. I apologize. So those are your 2 areas. And then over, I know there's a little industrial over here.
Right there, that's right about there.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, right there, right there.
Orange is the
Yep,
same.
it's like 4 or 5 acres right there. But that's your industrial zone in Hammond, just so everybody here knows how much we've restricted to.
So it's right in the town, except for the one over on Walker Lake, Ontario.
Yes. And you're not gonna farm that little 4 or 5 acres anyways.
We
It's right
can't
where
farm,
the
can't farm
depot.
either one of the other 2 either.
No,
So the one by Brightleys, it's already solar. That just stays the way it is.
the ones that are already solar, we cannot kick them off. That's stays.
Right.
We didn't have this law in effect
Right.
when that was.
How many acres does Brightleys have as solar, do you know?
Brightly's
It's
have
not
none.
there.
It's not there, it's not
Yeah,
there.
that's
Yeah.
not,
It's just their
the
land.
land.
yeah.
Ah,
Yes.
gotcha.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
no,
good.
no farmer in the town of Hamel owns anything,
No,
so.
no farmers giving up their land to solar. It
Awesome.
was all private owners.
And,
Yeah, you can do it that way.
Thank you, guys,
Thank
all the
you.
farmers.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Just wanted to show you how small of an area we restricted it to, we were trying to restrict it to.
You guys are doing the right thing.
All right, now, anybody else?
I'll speak.
All right,
I'm Mark Greenwald, our family farms on 336 Church Road. Sitting here before, Bill asked me to speak, and, since the 60s, our farm has lost 1,200 acres that's gone to development. 40 acres of it went to solar farming on Curtis Road. And we all know what's happening out in Byron, and it's sickening. As a kid driving by that land up there, boy, I wish I owned that land. It's so much better than my land. So, it's hard to replace land. We maintain our land by retiring farmers. We picked up their acreage. And, I'll go at 1,200 acres, that's not land I lost to other farmers. It's just land that's out of agriculture, 100%. Housing. Now, the solar farms, we farm adjacent to 2 solar farms, and they kind of messed up the drainage. And now there's a solar farm on Curtis Road. I don't know who runs this thing. It's not run like a business. I don't know if Cheryl, we drive by it, there's been a panel laying on the ground for ever since winter time. And all the solar things are skewed. So, I don't know, what do the people take their money and run?
Yeah,
And,
they
you
get
know,
government subsidies.
running a business, you know, if I had something breaks on my farm, I have to get it up to, you know, to maintain. But other thing this Byron thing has done, it it's competition for us in Hamlet, if you don't know it or not. Because now these other farmers are looking for land, and now all of a sudden we have more people competing against us. So overall, if solar worked, I'd probably be work. Every week I get stuff in the mail. I don't know if you guys get, and they offer big bucks. And it's pretty tempting not to sign up for it. But I'm not for solar. I'm for open agriculture. Other thing that's happening in this world that's not so much in New York State. You watch the news out west, things are drying up. And things are really gonna dry up. And eventually they're gonna want good land like we get in Hamlin. Thank you.
Did any of you Hamlin farmers talk to the farmers out in Byron and Virgin and ask them why they did that?
They offered $3,000 an acre.
Yeah.
So it was all
Okay.
money, they didn't care. It was in their family for how many years and they didn't care?
Well, no, well, some of it had to do with retirement.
Okay.
Those family members that, there's
Inheritance,
yeah.
splitting the farms up, splitting, they had, solve family disputes.
Well, there was like a bunch of family members,
And-
they wanted out, some wanted to stay in, and there was no.
Right.
There's one,
And some of them are non-farm people.
there's one
They
farm,
own land and they,
We really wanna we're gonna try and stick to the county. We're not here to debate what's going on.
We
in
just don't
Byron,
want it to
Virgin.
turn out like that.
Yeah, that's what I wanna know, what
But
they're doing.
we did, a few months ago, we were brought some information by another board member who was in one of our things, our workshops to when we were writing this law up. And I believe, like the 3 solar fields that you see in Hamlin, this is a yearly thing. Because during the winter, they really don't produce a lot of electricity with all the snow sitting on them and everything. I believe right around 15%.
He's looking at me.
I know, but I'm trying to,
So,
it was around 15%, wasn't it?
all right, I guess I'll be formal, right? Rob Westcott, 395 Lake Road, West Fork. I help work with the boards in this whole thing. I saw some Facebook news, and part of it, you shouldn't trust any of that stuff. And I did some digging, and independent journalists wanted to see what the efficiency rate of solar truly was in New York, because we all kind of laugh like, it's not doing much right now, right? And this guy found out it to be about 15 to 17%. So in a yearly time span, whatever you're projected to accumulate, whatever that facility's built to make, they're actually at like 15 to 17% on average basis. So I started digging into it, and I'm like, you know what, for my own information, let me look at locally and see what's going on here. It's right on key.
Yep.
So everything's like 17%.
But it
So-
degrades.
But
Anybody else that?
What's that?
It degrades over time.
Right. Yep. And that's at, at its peak, but everything's about 15 to 17% on average.
Anybody else that would like to speak?
I'm Ron Berslowski. My parents started here in 1950 down on Prim Road. We've been here ever since. I'm not in favor of the solar thing at all. The reason they come to the farmers because it's wide open land. They don't go in the woods because it costs too much to develop that. So they want to pick on open land because it's easy. They can go out and just start slamming posts in the ground. I don't see any benefit to it. Our electric bills, since they started building these things, have gone nothing but skyrocket. And we don't get enough sun, to make it worthwhile. I've also some service tax from area dealers said that they've had experienced some problems, and nobody will admit it as far as the solar people, but they're thinking that the sun bouncing off them sun panels is screwing up the GPS systems in some of these tractors, and some of these the tractors won't work with and they think it's because of this, the sun bouncing off, whether it's true or not, nobody I'll say. But, I think you guys are doing the right thing, with trying to keep this into an area where, you know, there's nothing else going on. I mean, it's a shame to lose farmland. Like Dave said, they don't build no more of it. And, you know, someday, if you depend on another country to feed you, you're gonna starve to death. Thank you.
Thank you. We have another hand in the back.
Jonathan Butler on Brook Edge Drive. I live in development, so I say, yeah, let's protect our farmland. That's why we moved out here. I love it out here. I know we live in a development, but I love driving through. You know, grew up with a family farm, so I just love driving through and seeing that we stay farmland. You know, like driven through Byron and all that is sad. There's something great about just the quiet of the area. Yeah, we got a few developments here and there, but at night it's quiet. I hear the roar of the tractors and it's nice. So I just want to say, I like what we did here. I helped out a little bit, you know, on the zoning board. And I think this is the way to go, is try to restrict it as much as we can and protect our lands. And yeah, let the people, if you want it on your house, God bless you. I agree that I don't think it's worth the aggravation of the money. And I think the whole thing is a scam. We'll never know. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else in the audience want to speak for or against it? Yes.
I'm Jen Sitterly. I'm over the Hamlin line. I can still be here on Lawrence Road. I'm here because I did make that nice little drive out, which the county won't talk about. And I was like, oh my God. And then I started like really looking into it. And then I'm hearing about the possibility of it coming here. And I was just like, all right, I need to go tonight. I'm exhausted and I worked all day, but I have to like be here and listen to y'all. And I'm so happy that I did, because I'm glad to hear that other people are concerned as well, and thank you for everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
Well,
I'm the Laura Curdy Countryside Drive. I just want to say thank you to all the farmers here.
yes.
That they are not, that they don't want to give in to these solar farms for the money, because it is very tempting. There is a lot of money in doing that, but further down the line, you won't have that land, you know, for your children, grandchildren, or also just to feed people. Like Dave Martin said, you know, you need food. If everybody keeps putting these solar farms out, why don't they put them out in the desert? That's where the sun is, for God's sakes. I don't get it.
They like those
They want-
transmission lines.
Okay, build them.
Yeah.
They have so much money to spend, go build them. That's where you're gonna get 100%, not 17.
Right. No.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Because corn is the best.
Related, Vicky Brzezowski, 501 Prim Road. We've heard some rumors and such that none of this electricity from any of those solar farms that are around are going to anybody here.
No.
That's all going to other places. And originally we heard New York City, but now we've heard it's going to the Somerset data center. And I also heard from another town meeting in Kendall last night that they're using evaporation, not circulation. So when all this evaporation goes up into the atmosphere, what's gonna happen to our weather around here?
I think we already kind of got glimpses of that. It ain't normal no more.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I know the one out in Somerset, that's probably on hold right now with our governor.
Can we stop using two phrases? One of them being community solar and solar farms. Those
Yeah.
just seem like very friendly wording for something that
Right,
it's not,
it's
right?
solar
Energy development.
energy.
Solar energy, yeah.
They're
Thank you.
trying to make it sound nice.
No mistake yourself, you'll never ever be farmland again.
No,
Yeah.
they strip they strip all the good stuff out.
Plus the panels are toxic,
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Anybody else
Well, they
want to
should.
speak?
Worry about the well
Before the
water
board.
too.
They said we were going.
Well, before we close the public hearing, I got a couple of things that I just wanna make sure we put on the record. And, I worked with a lot of you guys on a local Hamlin Farmland Protection Plan. I also had the honor of being on, Monroe County's steering committee for their farmland protection plan, which was a very eye-opening experience in the fact that when you look at soil maps for Monroe County, Hamlin is sitting on, without a doubt, the biggest resource of top quality soil in Monroe County. There's 75% of our ground in this town is soil type 1 through 4. You don't realize that. We take it for granted because until you look at a county-wide soil map. I want to make sure we get that on the record. And I think there's something else that we have in Hamlin that gets taken for granted, which a lot of the communities might not have. But the farms that are being farmed in Hamlin are multi-generational, and there's a younger generation coming up to continue those farms. And I don't know if there's a lot of other communities that can say they have that. And myself personally, on the town board, I want to do everything I can to continue that heritage and let the future generations continue agriculture in this town. That's all I got to say.
I was just gonna say, in your packet, the big restrictions for us are this solar big enterprises and try and take on the farmland. If you want to put solar, and that's in your packet, that's 1 and 2, where you put it on the rooftop for your house to charge your car or whatever. That's still allowed. There's nothing we can do about getting rid of that. We can get rid of that, or keep this away from the farm. So that's what we, went after. So, but if you read your packet, you can still put it on your houses and everything. We can't restrict that, but that's not taken up. That's on your rooftop of your house. It's not taking up farmland anyway. So we really went to try, and there's a couple of us on this board that were farmers and are part-time farmers now, and so we were sympathetic to the farmland and when we were doing this. So another person just walked in. Do you have anything you want to say about the solar? Or?
I'm just cool here. First of all, I apologize for being late. I just got in.
It's okay.
And I'm just here for information.
Well, like you said, we have told everybody here, we have restricted. Right now, we're like I just said, we're going after most of the. We want to keep our farming heritage here in town, so we're restricting where these solar companies can put these solar fields. We don't want them on the farmland. So we have in our new law, we have restricted these big solar fields to just our industrial area in town, which is a couple spots just right here in the center of town. What used to be the old Ducky Mott thing, I don't know if you realize what that is, but and one little spot, 3 or 4 acres over Walker, you can't do it on anyway. So there's only a couple spots. We took away the possibility to put it on all farmland in town. If it goes through and if we don't get lawsuits or whatever from the state or whatever, this is what we're trying. In a nutshell, that's what it is.
So there's a possibility that the state might have
Other towns have done this, and the state has not gone in, has not turned it around, so.
I think because we're offering it someplace. I think where you said you couldn't do it here, anywhere, and then they probably have more need for it.
Yeah, we had to come up with some.
We had to figure out the
The
spot.
zoning
So if
laws.
somebody wants to come into that W Mott spot, and clean it all up, take care of the asbestos, and then do solar farms have that. And that's, you're not gonna do, right, we're not gonna have.
There's nothing out there dumped behind it.
Right.
But they're probably not.
Not dumped it out there for 100 years.
Right, so if they wanna, so we had to have it someplace, and so this is what we went for.
Good idea.
Yes, yeah.
Why doesn't the town clean up that Duffy Mott site? It's been like that for how many years, and nothing's done about it?
We have just started talking.
Can't we get a hold of someone to say this needs to be cleaned up? You got an industrial site that make it attractive then for these, if they want to put something there, let them put it there. But why aren't we cleaning it up? It's been like that for 15, 20 years.
Someone tried the other day, they lit it on fire.
Yes.
Let it burn.
The biggest, number one reason, we don't own it. And the people that do own it don't want us to touch it.
Well, isn't that a health hazard to the community?
It is, but you still, how do we take possession of it?
I wanna stick to the topic at hand. Public hearing about, let's stick to solar, we could talk about that for a long time.
Any other questions about solar? We are gonna vote on it later on tonight at our next meeting, the actual time where we're gonna vote on this law. Just to let you know, so the town board can make it this, it will be in effect tonight if that's a town board reads.
I have one question.
Yes,
As far as decommissioning, I did read in the packet that if they did, someone did acquire this, that they would have to have some sort of plan for decommissioning.
yes,
I know right now, the decommission plan is cut them off at the ground and leave the stakes in the ground.
yes,
And, yeah,
we
so-
changed that.
good. Thank you.
It's, they have to leave, take everything out of the ground. Everything has to come out that they put in the ground.
Okay.
Yes, that's one of the things we changed.
And they're
Plus,
not
we're
allowed to take any
making
soil.
sure we're gonna review it every few years. Because there wasn't a place for review to get enough, in case they just walk away, the town has to pay to tear it out. So we put in there more teeth so we can review it, increase, if it costs more money to tear this stuff apart, we can increase that. Every couple of years, we can increase that money so that we don't get stuck holding the bill for it.
So what if the LLC or whatever claims bankruptcy? Then how, does that get?
They have a bond.
They have a bond?
There's a bond in a bank
Okay, good.
sitting there for us, that if they declare bankruptcy and go away,
Mhm.
there's a bond with, I forget how many tens or hundreds of thousands in it,
Okay,
so that we have the money to clean it up.
okay, that's it.
Any other questions before I end this public hearing? All right, requesting town board resolution to close the public hearing on introductory local law number 1-2026 at 6:35 PM.
Second.
Arba,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Boco, Yeager.
Yes.
Bus.
Yes.
Thank you all for
Thank you,
coming.
guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys.
I'm on.
Oh, you, it's like deep. You're like, hey,
Let's go.
couple hours.
Growing fast.
See ya.
No. You have the judges.
He's just beautiful.
Yes.
I just found today.
Those eyes, oh my God, he's so.
He's got such a big head about it. Don't tell me.
Grandma would watch us 4 days a week.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We give nobody permission, nobody whatsoever. All those kids are signing. No, we don't. We don't give anyone permission, but you can't come out. We put things in the way of the past, and, dirt bikes are always just gonna find a place. We can't stop. It is what it is.
Because we're part of the.
Oh, you got if there was a big paper trail, you could show everything. Are you asking?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay, so you don't get to- we're almost when the last house. I'm sure you know.
We have this tree for part of the property. Yeah, I think a lot of public are and we try to leave a buffer.
That I don't care about. One of those houses are like, great.
Well, that's just it. Hey, thanks for
It's the money that.
yeah, we left the buffer because everybody was kind of around, so we cleared that, and now all the buffer is down. So now we have to take all those trees out and. You see that? We used to have a retired guy who worked with us, now he's retired, so
I have no idea.
and part of making them is not only taking out all those trees, but plugging up the holes to keep the wheelers out. And you gotta do it the way where they can never hurt themselves, they kind of go through the fence. Yeah, 'cause we talked to our insurance company, like, hey, let's put a fence up, they're like, you don't have enough insurance to put a fence up. People are gonna get injured and then they're gonna sue you, like, for trespassing, they're like, yes. Oh, well, we had some kids